So we just ate. Do we have to wait 2 hours? Is it was like swimming before we start writing?
It's probably safest. I think they say 30 days. Just to be safe.
Oh.
Like that vampire movie.
Yes.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
There's a shark! Look, there's a shark!
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa's Couch, and happy Shark Week. We are celebrating the most holiest of holidays this entire week, and if you're with us week to week, you may remember that this is the second part of our 1-2 punch of foreign shark exploitation coming off of Tintorera last week. This week, we are diving into the infamous Cruel Jaws, also some places originally known as Jaws 5. And massively ripping off The Last Shark and several others classic examples of shark exploitation. We have a very special co-host back with us after missing for a couple weeks, fresh off of eye surgery. It's Chumley, who you may remember from our shark movie, Bad CGI Sharks, released 2019 by SRS Cinema, available on Amazon.com for purchase, so you can watch for free on Tubi.
Help! Yeah! Ah! 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 Oh, you fucker! Oh, Jesus!
So we are MaJaMa, we are the Bad CGI Sharks guys, sitting here jamming on the couch, talking about shark movies instead of writing another one ourselves. Not another shark movie, because I don't want to do that, I want to write something different. Anyway, welcome, and happy Shark Week to all you shark freaks out there. I should mention right off the bat, Chumley's Uncle Rob is here on the table, splayed out in all his gloriousness. Had a thing of popcorn he binged on, he brought some little friends. So we are delved in sharks. I got my special shark robe on. Just touch my finger to the mic. And Matteo,
Yes?
I don't think this week that synopsis matters that much, especially with this one, as much
When
as
has it
sometimes we
ever?
say that. That's true.
Yeah.
Much as it usually does. And this week, it's pretty much basically either A, every shark movie you've seen, or B, pretty much Jaws. So why don't you do a mini synopsis, but take us through how the fuck this thing happened, how did it get birthed, how is it legal, how. Matteo, Cruel Jaws, what the fuck?
Yes. So, in a nutshell, there is a ship that sank sometime in the past, and apparently there are some important stuff on it. At the same time, a mini SeaWorld place is threatened to be foreclosed by the owner who wants to build a hotel on the same land. But a huge tiger shark in name, in actuality it's a white shark, but whatever, start to attack people at random. Namely, first the two scuba divers who are going into the sunk ship, and then
Cave. Adjacent to the sunk ship.
Yes, it was a sunk ship with a view on the underwater ocean. And then the shark starts to kill people left and right. There is a windsurf regatta that they don't want to interrupt, despite numerous warnings about presence of a shark.
And it being boring as fuck.
And yes.
Well, not the music, though. And that
And
soundtrack was slamming.
sometimes they put nets to seal the portion of the sea where the regatta will take place, but the shark cunningly rips a hole into the net.
I see no flaw in this plan.
Not at all.
Oopsie ate through it.
And enters and starts to kill people. And so they decide to go after the shark. And people die, people live. Somehow the shark explodes because they say that it's very territorial. And if they put explosive into the sunken ship, the shark will go there.
Like a hive mind.
Yes, exactly. That's more like the ending of Piranha, the original one.
Exactly.
So that's incredibly what happens. And since the guy who wanted to build the hotel had put a reward for $100,000 to whomever was capturing the shark, the guy who owns the quasi seaward does it, so he receives the check. Apparently that stops the foreclosing because everybody's very happy at the ending. The end.
It's really just 2 dolphins in the seal.
Yes, 3.
It'd be amazing if the sign, like you said, quasi SeaWorld.
If you squint, is almost like SeaWorld. This is
Take your glasses off. It's just as good.
this is pretty much the story. There is a young marine biologist, kind of expert of sharks, who is there to just like.
You've already given this synopsis way too much. way too much. Look, okay, so yes, they blow the shark, blah, blah, blah. This, how did this happen? We were just...
Why did this happen?
We were just watching a little behind-the-scenes feature with one of the actors, and he said that he didn't remember seeing a single actual shark prop on set, and that they prepaid for all the shark footage ahead of time. So this was always conceived as a rip-off job? That was
Paid is a very strong word.
Yes, because there is a whole story behind
Jacked.
it. Most of them, yes. The movie borrows, in a very, very generous way, sequences from The Last Shark, which is
or Chathagen.
That's the only version I was able to find. And Jaws and Jaws 2 and Jaws 3. Just I lifts either entire sequences, mostly from that one.
I don't remember anything.
Good.
Of that one? Or the movie we just watched?
He's gotta be over 8 meters long! We need a bigger helicopter!
And then specific shots from Jaws 2 and Jaws 3, and cleverly inserted through a neurotic editing. There are some.
It's like the editor had a seizure and just started fucking grabbing clips from here and there and mashing them together.
This does not look, unless it's one of those things, like I said, we're starting to put on 90s movies and notice the grain. Like, yes, that effect in general is having, like, oh, this movie's from 1998. Wow, it looks like I rented a VHS, even if it's on, like, a streaming service. But this one especially, had you not told me that, no way I would have thought this was mid-90s. No way.
Especially because I'm pretty sure that since the sequences from Jaws and the other movies were borrowed like that, they couldn't have a master copy of those scenes. So all of those scenes tend to be bluish.
Yes, I know.
So probably it was either...
A lot of tinting in this movie, even their own
it was a copy of a copy or a pirate copy of some kind of stuff like that, because it's very, very weird, the actual color of those inserts.
First your dad throwing us out of the aquarium, and then that shark. Things couldn't get any worse.
As far as I understand, it was never intended for
Viewing?
For viewing. For theatrical release. It was supposed to be a television a channel, something.
In Italy?
In Italy. And then they started to say, whoa, these are way too many lawsuits waiting to happen. Because Universal just shut down several years before Chatterhagen, the last shark, because it was also, they tried to promote it as the last Jaws. Thinking.
Oh, so both of these have name shuffles. Cruel
Yes.
Jaws, Jaws
Yes.
5, Last Jaws, Last Shark.
Yeah.
Jaws.
Those crazy bastards.
So they abandoned that idea of even touching it in general. And then some copies made it through Germany, some through Japan, and
I'm sorry,
Were the Nazis still in power?
probably 95.
the only
Sounds
explanation
about
of this
right.
movie.
Yeah.
So even though it was intended for TV, they were still like, what, fuck it, it's lesser known, so we'll get past it? I just don't understand such a...
I don't.
I understand the nature of trying to shuffle and make a quick buck, but I don't understand, like, you will do, like, the smallest thing, and you'll be like, oh, well, this copyright might be this and this. God knows we don't have the copyright for this show. So my only question is, I understand wanting to make a quick buck, but weren't they like, there's no way we're going to get away with this, even if it was just TV? That's what I don't get.
That's why he said. That's why they abandoned it.
Yeah, I guess that it was something that originally they were saying, oh, we're just like doing something with documentaries, and then all of a sudden there is so much you can have with the documentary, and so you say, oh, let's use this scene and that scene, and then
All right, so it was never intended after they realized that to see the light of day. They were like, we're fucked, we took too
probably
much.
I guess it's the history is
baffling.
yes,
But interesting.
oh yeah, and
Mildly. More so than the movie, let's say.
The movie is fucking great. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's a massive piece of shit,
It's
and
true.
it's fucking great.
It's very true, and this is prime fodder for this type of discussion for Marina. So let's finish up first with the behind the scenes, and let's shift to the shit show that is the movie.
It was an accident, just an accident.
I mean,
Or is that the end of basically what?
kind of like, oh, here. Okay, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that one too. There, okay. That's
3
the
writers for some reason.
Oh, we also should mention we watched the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut, because
Thank you. Yes.
the original director, Bruno Mattei, has one of the many pseudonyms that he had was William Snyder. We watched the Snyder Cut,
And you are telling
also
me
known as the Japan Cut or Japanese Cut,
Because,
because it was the one that it made somehow its way to Japan.
man, the world's a weird place.
Yes.
Great job. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh my God! What's wrong? Get them out of the water, quick! My God! Get out of the water! Everybody, get out of the water!
There's a shark! Look, there's a shark!
so. This thing slipped through the cracks
Yes.
without them intending it to, because they knew they'd be fucked, and took on a life of its own and started being released in different places around the country.
Yes, and it became around the world actually,
Or sorry, around the world.
and
Different countries, I mean.
yes, and it became
Jaws 5.
notorious as this bizarre thing. It has sequences completely lifted from mostly from the last Jaws.
They created a shark for this movie.
Yes.
I don't think it looks bad, considering.
Well, I think our expectations were very low. Man, the first scene. Oof.
The underwater one.
On the boat.
Hurry up, you guys. If the Coast Guard catches us, we're in big trouble.
Hey, take it easy, old man. There was top secret Navy material on board the Cleveland. We're going down to retrieve it.
With the fog and the old man
Oh,
and
yes.
Well, all right, so-
everyone's line delivery is like, hey, let's put on a voice like we're trying to pretend like we speak English, but they speak English because it didn't seem like it was dubbed, or at least wasn't.
We very quickly get the tone. We very, very quickly get the tone
There
of the
is no
movie.
tone.
Well,
Tone's
then
a very strong
the
word.
tone, what we're in for by the line deliveries in the first 30 seconds, and we were already sold. It's that beautiful thing of everyone kind of talks like they're in a skit, doing an overt voice, but they're not. So it's this beautiful thing of you think they're obviously joking, but they're also playing it for serious.
Paco, Jose, you've only got 3 minutes of air left.
And then there is the shark, the hissing shark, or the asthmatic shark underwater.
The Darth Vader shark.
Yeah.
Very weird choices.
First of all, I really think that I was actually thinking about Tintorera post-watching it, and I was like, wow, this movie kind of, in some strange way, sunk its hooks into me. And I feel even stronger about having watched this piece of shit.
I think this might take the cake for me.
Well, okay, I guess I'm saying watching as an actual movie. This births a specific type of watch, of course. Like we always talk about. A lot of times we say, should we judge on the joy of watching with your buddies, or should we judge the actual movie? I'm talking about Tintorera as an actual movie. Seems pretty damn good.
Okay.
But this one, this is a whole different category unto itself.
I'm the person in charge of pussy. I have to, check your credentials.
Dick brain, dick brain, dick brain.
Well, it's not. Yes, there's incompetence, and yet a lot of it with the humans is just more the funniness of the weird deliveries, and
that's also incompetence.
It's difficult to describe.
You fat fuck!
Where do we start? The characters, the deliveries, the Full House
Let's start
thugs.
with the little girl's name, Legs.
So we get a reveal of our lead girl.
Spread wide open. She's swimming.
Yes.
And then she's pulled out of the water.
By her hair.
Is she? Time's over. And we see that she is in a wheelchair.
In the pool. Which doesn't really make sense because you're not going to be able to turn the wheels unless you're on the ground.
Right. And it's funny because when the first time that we see her is shot from above, and you see that she is just like moving those legs, like, and then all of a sudden, you're supposed to be...
Yeah. After that scene, I think they actually broke them for real, so she wouldn't have
Probably,
to pretend.
yes.
Listen, I'm sorry. You heard everything called method acting, sweetie?
Hey, please!
I thought it was funny the fact that the two people were looking at her like, oh, what a sweet girl, and then she's pulled out of the water, put into a wheelchair, and they're both like, oh.
Yeah, there is that moment as if they didn't know that she was on a wheelchair, which clearly they did.
Yeah, didn't that guy was just a guy related to the DAG?
Yeah, but she wasn't, I guess.
So who is the family unit? It's DAG,
the family is Hulk Hogan, the little girl, and
the brother,
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane and
the glasses.
Jeff.
The glasses scientist lost his girl.
No, the glasses guy is a guest from outside.
Glasses, jacket, shirt.
The family unit is Hulk Hogan, Billy Zane, and the little crippled girl, and their dead mom for an accident.
Right, because he was the son getting with the daughter of the other guy that was pissed. Okay.
Whereas the son of Hulk Hogan is in cahoots with the daughter of the guy who wants to evict Hulk Hogan.
And by cahoots, you mean canoodling?
Yes.
Is there any way you guys would be okay with if we stop the discussion here and just run a loop of the thug in skin-tight, black and white woman workout pants bending over?
First, you got to set him up.
You know what?
So many of these characters are characters you would see.
Full House thugs. Full House thugs. Matthew, what are Full House thugs?
I'm trying to think of the episode. I think Joey wants to go watch the Super Bowl but can't watch it at the house for some problem with the TV. So they go to a stereotypical biker bar, and then of course there's a bunch of guys in leather shooting pool, drinking beer, and then get into shenanigans with Joey.
Central casting thugs, Disney Channel thugs, ABC family sitcom thugs. One of the joys of Full House is just right there.
Are you saying? Hey, Sam, whatever you're thinking. This isn't Chicago, you know. Listen, I brought in these fellas to help us out. These guys are on the ball. They'll take care of the shark.
The stereotypical New York accents
Yes.
Well, it's not even
small
that
one,
so
the
much
big
as
one,
the
Lenny and George.
Everything is fine. Wrong.
Yeah.
Everything looks okay here. Wrong!
Okay, the shot of one of this one, this thug.
Oh, the first time that you see them.
The T2
when-
thug.
yes.
Well, no,
I mean,
that's
there's a big one,
what I
there's
was
a
gonna
small
say.
one. There's a pretty big difference between the two.
I was gonna
Yes.
say is that when it cuts to him in those tight shorts,
Jesus, man, those things
I
are
don't
fucking
think I've
spandex.
laughed that hard in the entire history of MaJaMa Jams. That is the crown jewel of the shot of any movie.
I mean, it's also the Tims with the pulled up socks, and then just the fucking his junk just fucking about to rip through his
But
pants
he
like the
just
fucking
bends
Incredible
over in
Hulk.
front of the camera, and the other guy's like this tall in a
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt. It's see, I don't understand these being conscious choices, just because of this moment where it's like you really didn't plan to have three guys sit on a couch and cackle at this. Like, this was a choice where you were like, oh, who do I want for my thug? You know what, that guy, and dress him like this. Like, that's a serious decision I made.
Maybe they're going with the black and white stripes for like the prison uniform.
Dude, it's so good.
No, that is the result of an Italian director assigned to go to Florida to shoot a movie probably in a week or something, because it's
I suppose that could add to it.
and they don't, and this director is not giving anything
money, talent,
that for sure. No, but nobody who tells him this is a cartoon is not
this
reality.
Is wrong. This
yes,
is all
exactly.
Wrong.
I mean, it's
Wrong!
I've seen movies where they pretend to show a 4th of July parade or something like that, done by Italian. We would show a wonderful scene from Tentacles if, for some legal reason, we're not allowed to. So, yes.
Show the scene from Testicles instead.
Yes.
So a mistake was made, but I took all the necessary precautions.
I remember, for instance, there was a movie that a Bud Spencer movie.
Great actor.
Yes. Which I won't tell the original title, but the American title was The Sheriff and the Satellite Kid.
Oh, the beekeeper alien.
Yes, exactly.
It's funny, now I have stuff in my head referenced because of this show.
And there is
man, tell me we watched this on our own? How embarrassing and pathetic that is.
We totally don't spend hours binge watching our own show when me and Matthew hang out. That would just be sad, especially since we've probably watched it more than any audience we have does. That's totally not something that happens.
Right. But for instance, there is a scene at night, and they showed a mom arriving with the curlers in her hair.
Did you see how all the lights went on?
Well, I'm sure glad they didn't go on by themselves.
Hi, Ma!
Oh, Sheriff, I can't thank you all enough. You're a devil, Pete, you are. I was worried sick.
All's well that ends well.
It's not going to end here for him.
Ah, gee, Ma.
Scare me half to death is what you do.
In Italy, I remember that everybody, for some reason, at the end of the 70s, there was this thing. They say, oh, in America, women will go around with curlers in their hair.
The face.
No, it didn't. Was
it's the Mrs. Doubtfire.
There was that much, but there was that bizarre thing, and so.
Let they go out on town with that.
Yeah, and so the Italian director said, "Let's do that. It's America."
Wrong!
Again, you're back here. We're not quick enough.
Hey, why don't you go bust somebody else's balls?
Go take a swim.
What swim? I'm gonna go fool around.
All right, so guys, Matthew, you loved a lot about this movie. You adored this movie. What aspects do you want to discuss of its fuckery? Because
the farting shark.
Yeah, was that like air getting caught in the shark's
I don't know.
mouth as it went down? But why would they keep it in the...
Well, this is what I'm saying, is there's some... Obviously, it's a shoddy production, but there's some things where it's like... that is an actual fart noise we hear as the shark is...
I don't remember hearing it in that one. Because that scene is stolen from Hagen.
Maybe the editor for the Snyder Cut.
That's the thing. If it's not in the original, why adding it?
Because when people die, they bowels release. So he wanted to make it more authentic and raw.
We know that Yongary's bowels release blood.
Yes.
Yeah, the farting shark,
It's weird, to say the least.
Loop it 20 times. Well then, okay, I'm going to jump back to another question then on these type of choices. If this was this finished, they finished the cut and then they abandoned it, or if this was released, was it left in shambles and then someone had to finish it to release it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's still kind of in shambles.
Wrong!
I think that it's...
Like they finished it and then abandoned it?
Probably.
This is some of the most chaotic...
There isn't that
editing.
much. There isn't that much information.
I mean, I think it's just got to be like I was saying. We have this footage. We got to use it. Oh fuck! How do we make it look like it's supposed to be here? Just cut.
And even releasing it here, I don't know how Severin got around, because there are scenes from other movies. It's undeniable. You can't. I mean, I understand.
But maybe not enough Jaws footage for them to actually care.
Well, I will say
Still.
that it's different for you because you adore those movies. You've probably seen them more than is humanly possible. For me, these are seconds shaved from Jaws.
Yes.
I recognize the classic big mouth towards the camera shark shot. But what I'm saying is that I feel like let's take it even further than me. Let's say Mom. I was like, hey Mom, we're going to watch this bad shark movie. A lot of shots are from Jaws. It's not the type of blatancy where someone like her would be like, oh, holy crap, yeah, that one. Maybe the Chrissy shot underneath.
Well,
but do you think maybe it's because it's not as blatant if you're not looking for it?
I think that Universal would have something to say no matter what. Because if
Universal's looking for it.
Cut the line! Cut the goddamn line! Oh my God!
the whole thing was born because Spielberg one evening was watching, for some reason, and I don't want to know why, but he was watching an episode of The Incredible Hulk, and he saw in this episode he was doing something, I don't remember, but it was intercut with the truck from Duel, which is a movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the first time that the Incredible Hulk has done that, because it's also pilfered from Airport or Airport 75.
Because airplane did?
Yes, because it was Universal property, and so they say, hey, we have that in the
Universal said that.
Yeah, I mean, you're working for Universal, you say we have it in the archive, let's do it. And Spielberg said, no, why it's not stock footage, this is a movie that we shot. We went out.
That's debatable.
Yes, true. But so they started to have a strict rules about that, and clearly this movie, I mean, not even went around, just I didn't care, pretty much.
Yes.
And that's why it was almost abandoned from a regular distribution, because they were saying, no, this is too much.
Wrong! I have a question, which feels like a very Jason-y question, but other than, like, okay, well, these legalities exist, my question is...
Who cares?
Well, yes, kind of that. How does this actually hurt? It's like you are Vigo, he's Vigo, you're the buzzing of flies to him. Like, you have the most iconic, beloved, classic...
Because someone's going to go watch Cruel Jaws thinking it's Jaws.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're taking money out of Spielberg's mouth because they're going to go to the DVD rental store in and pick up this, be like, oh, I want to see Jaws. I heard a lot of things about it. What? Cruel Jaws?
But that joke is exactly my point. Like, what harm does it do? Like, well, I get...
It's just like money.
That fat money-grubbing bastard. I'd like to rip his balls off.
Well, that ain't... Don't listen to him. He's young. He's hot-headed. That's all.
Remember when they fed the dolphin strychnine? And then they cured it in the next scene.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
injecting something into his tail. And
I was gonna say we're missing a lot of the fun stuff because we're as jumbled in this review as the movie is. So Matthew, what?
Stop.
I'm saying just go through the dolphin tail scene.
I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it now because you pointed a finger.
I feel like we're missing these aspects.
Remember when the girl was screaming and started pouring gasoline on herself, and then they fired her? The whole boat exploded?
Yes, which is the boat from Jaws 2.
Why not?
Yeah.
Like, you think like you should at least be like, oh my god, let's try to burn it. Oh no, it's
is she literally dumping it on herself?
I mean,
she grabs the tank of gasoline. I suppose...
Exactly. There's no line. There's nothing to tell us what
she
she's
wants to toss it against the shark. Because for some reason, she's on a fairly big boat and she screams twice whenever the shark is coming at them.
Everyone can see this fucking thing. Everyone can see this thing coming for them. Like, how? Where? And like in the scene with the regatta, there's like a buoy that pops up. Like, holy shit! There's a buoy! Everyone out!
Which actually, that sequence had a much better ending in the last Shark, because at the end of the it disrupted the regatta.
The penne regatta.
Yes. Rigatoni. And and it is absolutely ridiculous.
You described the line reading of the mayor. What the hell?
Oh yeah, then the movie has the most charismatic announcer.
All contestants to the starting line.
Well, it's funny. Sometimes, like I said, we had a blast, but I don't think there's a lot to analyze other than the crazy backstory of how could they get away with this, and then the randomness of like the shark fart and the wrong and the...
No, we have the athletic cop who just jumps the rail.
To the soundtrack.
Wait, does he die? He dies. Oh, of course he dies.
Yes,
the helicopter.
In the helicopter somehow, which is also a scene lifted from Jattehagen, and
so most of the shark footage is from Jattehagen.
Yes, and
Jattehagen.
And
like ice cream.
because it was the shark was built by a gentleman whose name I think it was
Carlo Rambaldi.
No, he wishes.
The shark or Carlo?
Both. Andrea Ferrari, I think.
The dude who invented Ferraris?
Yes. No, the dude who was doing the
Next up, guys. Sharks.
The puppets for a European TV show called Jeux sans frontières or something like that. Is games with no borders. They were just like friendly games.
With puppets?
With teams from every European country.
Ugh.
But sometimes they were actually dressed. They had bizarre costumes. They were all cartoonish costumes, and hence the shark was kind of like cartoonish. It was not really convincing. Cute. Yes, exactly. It has blue eyes. When it goes against the pier to chomp it, you see that it has blue eyes, which is weird.
I liked when I was looking in the window of the sunken ship, and he's lighting the charge. He's like,
what?
Yeah, there is that.
If they were games without borders, what were they? Games with Barnes and Noble?
Other amazing moments in well, there
Pussy line.
Yes, there is.
Which is kind of this movie's.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too, but you know, I'm really wired. What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
Shouldn't there be like something like pussy
in the behind
police?
the scenes he was like, there's that line, you know the one, so I'm like, oh, that became like a
the pussy patrol, like he's like the person in charge of pussy. Like that's what?
Yes, the pussy inspector. And
but
then
he doesn't say the pussy inspector. He says I'm in charge of pussy.
The person in charge of pussy.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he says.
I thought he said the pussy inspector, but
I mean, you could assume that his title is pussy inspector from him saying he's in charge of pussy.
Yeah.
But he says I'm the guy. I'm pretty sure he says I'm the guy in charge of pussy.
I'm the person in charge of pussy. I have to, check your credentials.
Dick brain, dick brain, dick brain.
It's still alliteration, but it just sounds like just kind of like you should come up with something.
And then the two girls who tell him, "Dick brain, dick brain, dick brain," as a mocking.
Weird.
That's again.
Everything felt very much like everyone's ripped from junior high. They don't know how to act. They're putting on adult voices. The parties, the way they're dancing, the way they're talking to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, the wonderful live band.
The way they're fighting with each other.
It was kind of full. It was kind of well, funnily enough, 90s TV. I'm saying it didn't seem like it's from the 90s, but the line deliveries are priceless. But it's very weird. It's got that kind of vibe. Like it would almost seem like you mentioned. We're talking about the clichéness of the characters, the visuals of them. Saved by the Bell. It's almost done like a Saved by the Bell shark movie, where it's that sort of cardboard character, goofball delivery.
And clearly the fact that they had a limited amount of extras, it also dictates how you shoot and you frame the scene. Supposedly at the end, when the quasi-C word is saved, that there is that shot of the audience. Half of them probably are the crew, and the other one are the actors in front.
Like you said, I feel like it's mostly the actors we've seen already in the movie that compromise
at their own park, watching their own show.
Right, and they don't know where to look, so they're just like applauding.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the seal.
We can talk about Larry.
Who's Larry?
Exactly. The dude who was just there.
Oh yeah, and he's there constantly.
Like
but he never
you
says
don't
a
even
word.
have him as a disposable death. You don't even have him as a
He doesn't do
captain,
anything useful. Anything doesn't save the day.
It's like Nicolas Cage in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He's just there. He's there, but he doesn't say shit.
I am so tired of dealing with.
Yeah. So I feel like we're missing other hilarious parts. So I can't think of them.
The pier scene where the little girl falls off.
The pier scene is hilarious.
Like, they're on the beach watching the show. Everyone starts panicking, and then it's like they all start running and bumping into each other on the pier, and then the pier gets detached, but there's a different pier, and for some reason the little girl is on there, and there's so many people in chaos, even though, I mean, there's a shark in the water, and not anywhere near these people. They all start running into each other.
And then the little girl rolls down.
Does the wheelchair fall in the water?
No.
Exactly, yeah.
I got you.
She doesn't go chases after it. She just like yells, and the little girl falls into the water. So she jumps into the water, and she gets killed twice.
In Mac and Me, does the kid fall? He falls into the
lake.
So he's supposed to be saved by the alien or something? What happens?
Yes, the alien goes and saves him.
But how?
It dives and drags him to the shore.
Oh. I mean, shouldn't they be like, oh, well, let me levitate him and catch him before he hits the...
Just he swims underwater.
So there's a rule that if you have someone in the wheelchair in the movies in the olden days, you had to have him roll and fly out of something?
Where you going? No, no.
This is fun. You don't want to swim.
I'm outside. I can't move. I'm sick. No, no, no.
I mean, you should.
We forgot the other fundamental kid in the movie. All of a sudden, at a certain point, there is a family who goes to the beach.
Oh. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Is this the beach where we can see the shark from?
What shark?
The one that killed all those folks. They said it on TV. They said there's a shark killing people right here.
There was a shark, but now it's gone, and we hope that it doesn't come back.
You mean to say we came all this way and now it's gone? They didn't say that on TV.
There's nothing I can do about that. Will you please just move on?
Baloney.
But I thought we were gonna go see the shark.
Ronnie, shut up.
What did they expect? To sit on the beach and be like, oh, there it is?
There's exactly. It's such a mystery.
And do they get... Nothing happens by then?
No. At a certain
they run
point,
after the sheriff.
They go after the sheriff, but they vanish after that.
What
the fuck is the point of that?
What was their plan to sit there and see?
What was the point of the filmmaker's plan?
Padding the time.
Wrong. What are we doing here, guys? What the fuck are we doing here?
All right, who wants to volunteer to go first for the cruelest of Jaws?
Best movie ever. One.
Wow. You
I
gonna
had a
explain
fucking
yourself?
blast with it.
Okay.
It was great.
Just great.
From start to finish.
Just from those
Horrible
first line
acting,
readings you knew.
Horrible editing, horrible directing, horrible just, oh, take this, put it over here, grab this tape, grab this Band-Aid, tie this up, slap it, okay, throw it in that box, you're good to go. It was fucking just great from start to finish. I had such a blast with it. That's all I can say.
Who could ask for anything less?
Yeah, exactly.
Off that real quick, if you had to pick your defining favorite moment out of all of them, do you have one?
Possibly the girl spilling gasoline on herself, or possibly wrong.
Wrong! Well, so you go ahead.
Okay.
Save mine for last.
I go with exactly with Matthew one because it's fun. I knew it was fun, and I remember it as funny, and it is. It still delivers.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite thing is I'm in charge of the pussy because it's some I can see the three writers say, wait a second, I got it. Genius.
It's a great comedic philosophy moment, because I feel like that's the type of line in a little bit down the line you'd write the horn dog friend, and you'd have him say that intended as the comedy, but the comedy only works because they probably, like you said, it was like, oh, this is a line a fun-loving teen would say, and it's just hilarious because of that. It's kind of
almost
like
sounds like they tried, like they made him ad-lib it. Like, hey, say something about being liking pussy when these girls come up.
I'm the person in charge of pussy.
But it is followed by dick brain, which I say, okay, these are 2 for 2.
Is that where he for 10 seconds fakes falling?
Yeah, exactly. Then they push it. Yes, that's also a very good one. They push him, and he almost falls for almost 10 seconds.
Dick brain, dick brain, dick brain.
So, all right, I'm a little torn because I did have a blast with you guys.
Who sings Torn? Natalie and Brulia?
Nothing's right, I'm torn.
Birds. The thorn.
Thora Birch.
Thora Birch.
Michelle Branch. Stacey
'Cause
Arico.
you're everything.
And Nora Jones.
There's gotta be more to life. And Nora, I can't do one of them.
We can't use that.
That's not true. No one will ever do that, Mateo. I
Someone said
appreciate you
something.
thinking.
Sorry?
Someone said on it.
No one's ever gonna care about this.
Someone said on it.
Where?
It was an electronic voice, and it wasn't Alexa because it didn't light up. Someone said on it.
And Nora, I can't do one of them.
We can't use that.
That's not true. And Nora, I can't do one of them.
We can't use that.
That's not true. And Nora, I can't do one of them.
We can't use that.
That's not true.
Hello?
Off it?
Use our energy.
So, like I said, I don't know if I've ever laughed as hard as that thug in the spandex, bending over no less. And yet
Because you were attracted, or?
Yeah, because it was very difficult to control the blood rushing to my... and yet I don't know if I want to give it the 1. And I feel sad if I'm planning a...
Give it the double stuff.
Planning a 3.
Come on, man.
3?
Come on,
I know,
man.
and yet, I don't know, I feel like...
Don't ride that fence.
Because it's such a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you give it a 2.
I think it's also because we did this double shark feeling, and I was really surprised by Tintorera, which we still were able to laugh at like this, and which I still thought was good as a movie. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a vote that's succumbing to a bit of peer pressure, and I'm gonna do
1.
1, 2.
No.
And
you did fine, man.
a half, because I don't know. Maybe it's just because it was such a piece of crap.
Can I take my vote back to balance this out?
Sure.
The scales are all out of whack now.
I don't know, guys. It's just what my gut is feeling.
Catch.
Oh, here it comes.
Oops, sorry. It was
Nice
too small.
catch.
It was too small.
That's what she said.
Yes. Let me give you a bigger bowl.
Oh, here it comes. Coming back from the trash can.
Fucking lack of athleticism.
Third time's the charm. It is.
Hey!
I did it on the first try.
Yes. Good. Cut and print the first.
Got it back. So now you're fucked.
So you're giving it a 0, huh?
Giving it a 0.
Well, I don't disagree, but I'm just trying to go on what's in my gut as opposed to bandwagon writing. But no, absolutely a blast.
MaJaMa.
So, all you shark freaks out there, happy Shark Week. Hope you're celebrating the holiday well. Hopefully some of you have watched Bad CGI Sharks, and also maybe we recommend House Shark and Shark Attack 3 and Jaws 3 and the good old original Jaws and Deep Blue Sea and all those, and hopefully nothing made by the Asylum. Thank you guys for viewing. If you like this content, give us a like and subscribe.
Really
Hashtag.
It's got to be something in there,
Yeah.
right?
And
oh my god. Okay.
What's the sign off line?
Yes, your sign off line, your trademark is sign off.
Bye.
Now you have to look into the camera, one of them, and say.
This one.
Yes.
Bye.
No, try that one. the
Bye.
Kumbaya?
Mario Bava is not this guy.
No.
Mario Bava is
a very fine Italian director.
Diabolic.
Yes.
Diabolic.
Danger Diabolic, yes.
What a movie.
What a
Skins.
Sinister.
Skins Bava. Good old Skins Bava's gonna be here tonight. He's bringing some eggplants for the kids. Don't worry, it's not a euphemism, Joan.
I always think of his name when the Alexa alarm goes off. The Mario Bava. Mario Bava.
Mario Bava. Mario Bava.
He was also with his son, who is Lamberto Bava.
Lamberto Bava.
See?
MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Yo, my name's Mort, and I'm here to say I'm a dinosaur critic in a major way. Talking about shark movies all damn day. 2 of them are straight, but this one's gay. Oh.